What's up, YouTube? Stack44 coming in with another video. 5 things that causes a thin line between love and hate in your relationship. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, all my regular subscribers, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button in the corner of your screen. Hit that notification bell as well, and you get all my videos sent straight to your phone or your device as soon as I put one up on YouTube. But let's get right into this video. 5 things that causes a thin line between love and hate in your relationship. You know, everybody wants to be in a healthy, happy relationship at some point in their life. And sometimes you run across people that it'd be a thin line between they love and they hate you. You know, I know you guys seen the 1996 movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence. And it was a lot of back and forth, and he was lying to get the draws, and she basically had a fatal attraction to be in love with this guy and take a chance. And there's a lot of hurt people out there in the world, and hurt people, and there's a lot of people you shouldn't play with people's souls and their spirits when you get in a relationship with somebody. But that's besides the point, a little tangent there. But I came up with 5 ways that, or 5 causes that causes people to have a thin line between love and hate in your relationship. And I'm going to start with 5 going all the way down to 1. And if you guys got anything in the comment section, go ahead and put that in there. But number 5, the first thing I feel like people do that causes a thin line between love and hate, from day one, you guys are not on the same level. You know, you may meet somebody that's 80% of themselves and the other person is 100% of themselves. So eventually that causes the person with 80% of themselves to kind of be, you know, a little bit insecure about who they are. So they try to get on their level, but they never reach their level, or they don't even try to reach their level. So that's the thing that you need to watch out for. You need to deal with somebody that's equally yoked in the mental aspect, spiritual aspect, and sometimes physical. So that's my number 5. Number 4, they're basically they're jealous of the attention that you bring in a relationship. You know, sometimes you could be with somebody that's very attractive, a man or a woman, and they end up being jealous of the attention that you bring while you guys are out and about together. You guys should complement each other, being a good couple, but sometimes a man may choose a woman that's real attractive, and the man hate that from the side, and he eventually, you know, on the low, he love it that, you know, that they're together, but at the same time, when she go out in public, he's worried about what she got on, why you wearing this and all that. But that's the same thing that drove him to her, or vice versa. It happened to me before in a relationship, that a woman was like, why you gotta wear all these tight shirts? And she met me pretty much like that, wearing V-necks and, you know, muscle shirts and stuff like that, because I like to show off my body, because I work on my body. But this part right here is, you know, they're jealous basically of the attention that you bring. It causes insecurities, and at the end of the day, they kind of try to control how you dress, how you do everything. Even if you go somewhere and they're not in your presence, when you get home, they want to know who tried to talk to you. Or did this guy try to holler at you? What happened when you went here? They lose trust because they're not, you know, they're insecure or if they can hold on to you. Number 3, they hate your family and your friends. Now, sometimes when you're in a relationship with a person, that person needs to love who you are fully. You know, where you come from and what made you you. And most of the time that made you who you are as a person is your family, your friends, and your environment, which is your family and your friends who you comfortable with. But sometimes when a person is so much in love with you, they only think about how you make them feel. They don't think about that they have to share you with family and friends. And eventually you might want to go out with your mother, your aunt, or whoever, or your uncle, whatever, in your family, or your cousins, and do the cousin thing. And since they're not included, they hating from afar, and they're not accepting that you have an outlet with your family or your friends. And sometimes that brings that thin line between love and hate, because they love you when they're with you, but when they see you having fun with other people that you love, they hate the fact that they're not the center of attention. Number 2, it's pretty much close to number 5, but it's growing apart. You know, like when you in a relationship, you guys should become one and kind of think on the same path and always communicate. And sometimes the person you were when you was 27 and now you're in a relationship for 3 years and you turn 30, you might not be that same person. And you might not tell that person that you're growing and thinking about doing different things in your life, like building your credit, thinking about home ownership, investing, things like that. And the other person wants to stay stagnant and you guys are not communicating during the relationship. You guys got comfortable and not staying on the up and up. And sometimes when you guys grow apart, the person that is elevating and a person that's staying stagnant is looking at the stagnant person looking at him like, who the hell she think he is or she is or he is? Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, they feel like you're getting bougie on them, but at the end of the day, you have to communicate so you guys can grow together. And at some point, you have to understand that this might not be for me. If you're thinking apple and oranges and I'm only thinking grapes, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a wrap. You know, people do grow apart, and sometimes you have to accept that. And some people don't want to accept that in a relationship. They want to hold a person down, which brings me to my number 1. They're just basically jealous and cop blockers. So jealous cop blockers are basically, I feel like, the women in the world that force themselves to or trap the man to get pregnant, or the man that trap the women to get pregnant so they have a piece of them for at least the rest of their life. Like, they don't want to elevate. They just know this person is, you know, basically not, you know, way above their level. Or they get married and they get married to say, oh, I'm with this person, but on the side they got their sad boyfriend or their sad lady, and it's like a big cop blocker. It's a lot of rich and famous guys that does this jealous cop blocking thing when they go get the safe woman, marry her, and then go sleep with a bunch of, you know, Instagram thoughts on the side. You know, that's just something you guys, that if you guys follow the industry of athletics and music and entertainment, that's what a lot of rich guys do. They go get the safe woman and then they cop block with the safe woman so she won't do nothing, and then on the side they go sleep with a lot of women. And sometimes women do the same thing. Like I say, they see the guy with the money, see the guy that they feel like they can't hold him down because he has options, and they try to get pregnant. And that's pretty much the number 1, you know, thing I feel like is being a jealous cop blocker. Is the number 1 thing is between a thin line between love and hate in your relationship, because at the end of the day, they love you, but they hate that they can't hold you down. So that was my 5 causes of a thin line between love and hate in a relationship. Just tell me what you think. Put that in the comment section. But at the end of the day, guys, you want to make sure you deal with somebody that's the full version of themselves, have self-love for themselves. And when they have self-love for themselves and you have self-love for yourself, all you guys can do is elevate and be honest and communicate with each other. So with that being said, let's stack up, attack our lives. Let's stack up our lives. And I'll holler at you guys on the next video. Peace.